welcome to this video. I'm Brooke Cormier and I'm a full-time artist. I recently released limited edition prints, and since I have quite a few orders to pack, I thought, hey, this would be the perfect opportunity to show you how I safely package and ship my fine art prints. So let's get into it. Before I start packaging and shipping, I have to sign and number all my limited edition prints. The traditional way to do this is with pencil because anything else can fade over time, and it's the best for avoiding fraud because it's much easier to replicate an ink signature than a pencil one. There's only 10 prints in each of these editions, and the number goes on the bottom left of the image and my signature and the year goes on the bottom right. These are Giclée prints on 100% cotton cold press natural fine art paper, and they're pretty expensive to make, so I really want to make sure that I package them properly. And for that, we need a sturdy box. When doing my research, I discovered that the post office, or at least Canada Post, will charge you an extra fee for using shipping tubes, which is why this time around I've opted for a box instead. Hey, it's me from a few weeks later. This ended up being a big mistake because even after stress testing these boxes pretty vigorously, some of them still managed to get damaged in transit. Turns out I grossly underestimated the brutality that shipping couriers are capable of. I had 2 of my customers reach out to me telling me that the box and the print was damaged upon arrival. And to me this was devastating because I can imagine how disappointing it would feel to be looking forward to receiving this piece of art that you spent your hard-earned money on only for it to show up in anything but good condition. Sure, this could have been 2 isolated incidences and the other 30 plus orders arrived safe and sound, but I just don't want to take that risk again in the future, which is why I just ordered a bunch of shipping tubes. These shipping tubes are really sturdy, and unlike boxes, you can't stack a bunch of heavy things on top of them. Yes, I'll have to pay an extra fee for shipping a cylindrical tube, but at the end of the day, it's worth my peace of mind knowing that the prints are going to arrive safely. Another lesson learned?
The hard way.
Okay, back to the video. Now it's time to get into actually packaging the print. When I roll my limited edition prints, I like to do so with the image on the outside, just because I find it a nicer opening experience for the customer. They can actually see the print right away. It's always best practice to handle your Giclée prints with 100% cotton gloves, and that's just to protect the surface of the print from the natural oils that we have on our hands. So I'm gonna grab a piece of acid-free tissue paper, and I'm using this type of tissue paper because just in case the customer doesn't go and take it to be framed straight away, you want to make sure that the paper that's interacting with the print is acid-free, just so that it doesn't cause any discoloration or anything like that. I'm gonna flip the print upside down and line up the number side of the print just like an inch or 2 below the top edge of that piece of paper. Next, I'm just gonna fold that 1 to 2 inches of tissue paper over top of the print and just press it down. Now it's time to start rolling, and I'm just gonna grab the other end of the tissue paper and kind of hold it to the print and then start rolling. And you want to make sure that the circumference of the circle that you're making is approximately just a bit smaller than the box that you're going to be using or the shipping tube. And that's just because you don't want it to be bouncing around in there when you never know what those couriers are doing. That looks good. And now I am going to take 2 small pieces of tape. This is difficult with gloves. And I'm going to use them to just secure the edges of the print. At this point, your print is protected with the acid-free tissue paper, so I'm going to go ahead and take off these gloves because it's a lot easier to work with.
No gloves.
Now I'm just going to fold in the edges of this tissue paper just inside here. And for the final touch, I like to use my logo embossed sticker and just stick it in the middle of the print and adhere a little thank you note to it. Voila! So now when the customer opens the print, the first thing that they're going to see is this nice little thank you note, and you can also see through the acid-free tissue paper the number of the edition and the signature, which is just kind of nice. Then when it comes to actually putting the print in the box, I like to just crinkle up some tissue paper and put it in there just so that there's no room for the print to move around. And I'll put a little extra on top too. And there you go. Next step is to print the shipping label and then go to the post office. It was like the universe gave me a high five when Munbin reached out to me and asked if I'd like to try one of their thermal printers. Especially since I had close to 40 orders to fulfill from my recent print release. Before this printer, I was handwriting all my customers' addresses on each package, and yeah, that was time consuming. What was also time consuming is when I went to the post office with all my orders and the poor postal workers would have to spend like 45 minutes going through each package and scanning my online customs forms, printing their own labels, getting my signature on each one. It honestly made going to the post office a very stressful experience because I just knew I was going to cause a lineup and feel really guilty for making all these people wait. So getting this printer is really doing me a favor and also everybody else, because now I just show up at the post office and all they have to do is scan each package and then I'm on my way. No holding up the line while I hear feet impatiently tapping behind me. Since I use Shopify for my online store, they have a pretty easy fulfillment process where you can just create a shipping label straight from the order page and print it. But I've also used shiptime.com, which is basically a website that finds the best courier rates based on where you're shipping to and the size of the package and all that. I tend to use that when I'm shipping larger orders like big paintings. The process is pretty much the same, where you just select the shipping service, pay for it, get a shipping label PDF, and then use the thermal printer to print it off and stick it to your package. If you'd be interested in a more nitty-gritty, step-by-step tutorial where I walk you through how each one of my orders is fulfilled through my online store, let me know in the comments. But for now, we'll just leave it at that. Munbin also sent me some cute little stickers, so I obviously had to try those out and make some mushroom-inspired thank you stickers for each package. I'm gonna leave some links below if you're interested in getting yourself a thermal printer, and if you use this code, you might just get yourself a little discount. I really think this printer was a great addition to my business, and if you have a small business that requires a lot of order fulfillment, I would definitely say this is a worthwhile investment. So now that all the prints are safely and professionally packaged, it's time to take them to the post office. So that's it, folks. I hope that you enjoyed this video and perhaps even learned something? If you have any alternative methods for packaging and shipping your fine art prints, then I would love to hear it in the comments section. As I've said before, we're all learning here, so I always appreciate your feedback.
As long as it's not mean.
And a quick little self-promo plug, I am offering these limited edition prints on my website at brookecormier.com if you're interested in that. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, then like the video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, you guys. Helps me make more videos like this in the future. So
please.
I hope you have a great day. Happy packaging. Happy shipping. I'm Brooke Cormier and I'll see you next time.